All right, good morning, everybody. It is Monday morning. I'm Jeremy Brunansky. This is Brunansky's vlog. We are live right now on Facebook after a brand new episode has just dropped on YouTube. So let me go ahead and give everybody a second to hop in here, and then we will go ahead and get this morning's Facebook Live session started. We've got a lot to talk about. We are going to cover some more Black Panther. We've got some South by Southwest news. As well as just a couple updates, and then we will dive into the weekend box office and we'll get rocking and rolling. So give us 1 second. Let's get everybody in, and then we will get this morning's episode of Facebook Live started. Be right back with you. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. It is Saturday morning. This is Brunansky's vlog. Good morning. It's Monday morning. Hey, what's up, everybody? It's Jeremy Brunansky with Brunansky's vlog. Got my iced tea. I've got my iced tea. I've got my iced tea here. I've got the box office report from this weekend. And let's go ahead and take a look at one news story then that dropped this morning. We are live right now. We are going to cover Friday's box office. So for this weekend's box office, on these Facebook Live sessions, we do like to cover the weekend box office. So what does that mean? That means that this is pretty impressive, as you'll hear in a minute. And I'm not going to give any spoilers, so don't worry. In theory, that film should have done gangbusters. This movie is so much fun. I think the rewatchability factor is super high. Wow, this was actually a fun time. I'm on board. Sign me up. Game over. If you're watching this on replay, thank you. All right, let's just get into it. Number 5, number 4, and number 3, number 2, and number 1. Good morning. Welcome back. I'm Jeremy Brunansky. This is Brunansky's vlog live right now on Facebook. Thank you so much for joining us. We've got a lot to cover today. Like I said at the top of the show, we have got some more Black Panther news. We have got some South by Southwest updates because that festival has been going on. We're going to take a look at one news story that dropped. Plus, we have the weekend box office report that we are going to dive into. But before we do all of that, let me just go ahead and say thank you to everybody who's watching this right now on Facebook Live, as well as thank you to everybody who's watching this on the YouTube replay. Appreciate you guys so much. If at any time you enjoy the show, please do give me the thumbs up, because the thumbs up helps people who like movie-related shows find this movie-related show right here on Facebook and YouTube. So thank you so much for that. Also, let's just go ahead and get some commercials out of the way real quick, and then we'll hop into this morning's live stream. On YouTube, we've passed 100 subscribers. So again, thank you guys so much for clicking subscribe. That was the goal, was 100. So we have hit that mark. Appreciate your guys' assistance there. And now we can move into the next phase. But before you can move into the next phase, you have to finish what you've already started. So we're finishing season 2 next Monday. Season 2 ends on, what's the date for that? I think it's the 19th, Monday the 19th. So that will be the end of season 2 on YouTube. And then season 3 on YouTube is going to pick right back up the first Monday in April, which is actually April 2nd. So again, make sure you head over and click the subscribe on YouTube so you don't miss out, because we've got one more episode for season 2 that drops next Monday. And then we will be back with a brand new format with new stuff and everything on April 2nd, the first Monday in April, for season 3 of Brunansky's vlog on YouTube. So don't forget to click subscribe so you don't miss out there. Also, if you're into trailers, movie trailers, and you're curious about like what the reviews look like and everything else, you're going to want to go ahead and download the Stardust app, because that's where I do all my movie trailer reviews. Right now I have over 90 up on the channel. So if you are watching movies and you see trailers and you go, I wonder what Jeremy thought of that, probably on the Stardust app. Like I said, I've got over 90 up there right now. So download the Stardust app from your app store and then go ahead and check out Brunansky's vlog right there. Also, don't forget to follow us on Twitter, because we're at almost 1,200 folks on Twitter. So you're going to want to hop over and join the movie conversations on Twitter as well. All right, everybody, let's go ahead now and dive into the bulk and meat of this morning's live stream. We're going to go ahead and start with the weekend box office and take a look at what you guys were watching this weekend. Because if you just caught this morning's brand new episode, you know that I saw Gringo and A Wrinkle in Time. And I've already given my spoiler-filled reviews on there. So go ahead and go back and watch this morning's episode if you haven't. And you can go ahead and check those reviews out there. If you don't want to watch the whole episode because you're like, I don't have time to commit to 30 minutes of an episode, that's okay. Later this week, those reviews will be dropping on the channel. So you'll get a spoiler-filled Wrinkle in Time review and a spoiler-filled Gringo review. Those will be dropping later this week in the movie review playlist. So go ahead and check those out as well. All right, let's dive into the weekend box office report and take a look at what you guys were out at the movies watching this weekend. Coming in at number 5, we have Game Night at 7,905,000. Number 4 is Red Sparrow at 8,150,000. Number 3, Strangers Prey at Night, 10,480,000. Number 2, A Wrinkle in Time at 33,316,000. And number 1, Black Panther at $41,136,000. So not really a big surprise if you watched Saturday's live stream right here on Facebook Live, because we talked about how my initial thoughts about A Wrinkle in Time and how it was a disappointment for me overall. I was excited to see this film, and then it just didn't live up to, it didn't deliver. So not surprised to see it drop from number 1 to number 2, because again, on Saturday morning, we talked about how it was number 1 Friday night. And I said I wouldn't be surprised if we see it fall out of the number 1 spot come Monday morning. And it did. So no big surprise there. Kind of expected it. So, yep, there it is. But still, you know, it's still a movie designed for kids. So if you're a parent and you've got kids and you're like, well, what can I take my kid to see at the movies? Wrinkle in Time is a perfect kids movie. So go check it out. But just, again, it's for kids. It's not for adults. You might be bored, but it looks great. So check it out if you got kids. Black Panther, no big surprise. This movie keeps crushing it. As we're about to look at here just a little bit further as to kind of where it sits so far as to how much money it's made in general, because it did cross the $1 billion mark. So congratulations to Marvel Studios and everybody that worked on Black Panther. Strangers Prey at Night, coming in number 3. It looks like there's still an audience out there that wants to see horror flicks, even though we're coming into springtime, right? So there's still people out there with a thirst for that type of film, and they got out to the theaters this weekend to support their genre. So kudos to Strangers Prey at Night. Number 4, Red Sparrow and Game Night. Both of these I've seen and reviewed. Both of them I enjoyed for different reasons. A Game Night, if you want to laugh, this is a great film to go see and laugh in, because I had a really fun time at Game Night. Actually surprised at how good the story is. So if you haven't, I'll go ahead and throw my card up right up here. If you're watching this on YouTube replay, and you can just click that card, it'll take you right to my Game Night review. Again, spoiler alert, I really liked it. Same thing with Red Sparrow, very dark film. The violence in it is very brutal and savage at points, but it does really look at what life could be like as a spy. And I think that was the message they wanted to deliver, and I think they delivered on it. So I enjoyed Red Sparrow as well. Let's take a look real quick at the top 10. So no real surprise that those films made the top 5, but let's see who made it in the top 10. Peter Rabbit, Death Wish, Hurricane Heist, Annihilation, and Jumanji, Welcome to the Jungle. Gringo, opening weekend, got bumped out of the top 10 spot. Not really surprising, again, if you heard my review. A little disappointing, but not surprising. But Jumanji still staying in the top 10. Annihilation, great science fiction flick. Hurricane Heist, I might get out to see this week. Death Wish, this movie requires no brain power. So if you just want to sit down and watch some action, like old school action, like fists and bullets, like this is the movie for you. And then Peter Rabbit, same thing, falling in line with Wrinkle in Time, right? These are movies for kids. You can, if you're a parent, you can take your kids to these movies and you're going to be okay. So there's really not a lot of competition out there as far as like films for family. So these two family films being in the top 10, not really a big surprise at all there. So let's go ahead and take a look now at South by Southwest. This is a festival that goes on in Texas, Austin, Texas. Surprisingly, Austin is like one of the few cities in all of my travels, as I've driven across the country multiple times now, coast to coast, love travel. Of all my travels, Austin is one of the few cities I have not actually stopped and visited yet. Not sure why. I've been through Texas, I don't know how many times, driven through the northern part, the southern part, but Texas and Dallas, I've never really just like did the drive through the middle for whatever reason. I don't know. Not adverse to driving through the middle. I just haven't. I don't know why. But yeah, so South by Southwest is going on right now. And we've got some stuff that's been happening similar to a festival that just had Sundance. Had a brain moment. So similar to Sundance, right? People are tweeting about their experience and everything else that's going on at the festival. So I wanted to take a look at 2 films that dropped some Twitter goodness on us in the past 24 hours. First was Ready Player One. They did a surprise screening for that. Steven Spielberg, the main man himself, he actually showed up to South by Southwest to kind of talk about Ready Player One. before they did this like sneak preview for everybody to check out. And then they didn't even have an embargo. They're like, yeah, after you watch it, just go ahead, throw your review up online. Don't worry about it, which is incredible. That speaks a lot to the film. It speaks a lot to everybody involved in the film on how much they actually trust the product being the movie, right? So they trust the product to actually deliver on what it is hoping to deliver on, which is great for us, right? That boosts our confidence. Because if you've got a movie that comes out and they're like, no, you can't release any reviews until like the day of release, that doesn't really bode well for the film, right? So, but if you're like, yeah, the movie doesn't come out for like a week, 2 weeks, whatever, go ahead and just get your reviews out. That speaks pretty well to the film. So let's just take a look here at a couple quick tweets that I saw this morning when I pulled up Twitter. We'll go ahead and get this thrown up here, and you can take a look at this. And boom, there it is. Eric Davis, Beatrice Verhoeven, and Alicia Malone all had some things to say. So let's take a look here. Eric Davis says, I don't know if I have ever seen a South by Southwest crowd cheer on a movie the way they just cheered on Ready Player One. We haven't seen this Spielberg in a long time. It's just pure entertainment, and it's hard not to watch it without a dorky smile on your face the whole time. Beatrice, standing ovation at the end of Ready Player One. Alicia Malone, Ready Player One, the South by Southwest crowd ate it up. The pop culture references are a lot of fun. Geeky glee to see everything together on the big screen. I just wanted more of the real world and more character backstory. I definitely recommend reading the book first. So there you go, folks. There is just a couple quick little snippets there for you as far as Ready Player One goes. In general, it looks like it is an overly positive message that's being delivered about the film. Now, I'm going to be honest, right? I don't want it to seem like I just picked out the good tweets, right? Like I'm going through it, I'm like, ooh, these are the good ones. That's not what happened. I just I went to Twitter and typed in Ready Player One, SXSW, right? South by Southwest. And then I also typed in Ready Player One reviews just so I could see like who's saying what, so I can cut these out and then put that little splash page up for you guys so you can see it. I didn't see anything negative. I didn't. I saw people tweeting about negative things. They're like, oh, well, there's mixed reviews. I did not find mixed reviews. I don't know why. If you found them, go ahead and throw them in the comments below. Take a little snapshot of them and throw them in the comments. I didn't find them. Like, I don't know where these were at. Maybe I'm just not following the right people, but I just did a blanket search, right? This isn't necessarily people I'm following. This is just whoever's posting about it on Twitter. I couldn't find the negative. So I'm not saying they're not out there. And I'm not trying to say that this is going to be the best movie of the year or anything like that. I'm just saying I didn't find them on my Twitter search this morning. That's what I found. So you saw from Alicia Malone that there was a little bit of issues she had as far as like character backstory, stuff like that. So there are going to be areas in the film that might not deliver or might fail to deliver what we would hope to see from this film from Spielberg. But overall, it seems like it's optimistic and we should have good excitement levels going into this film. So there's my little disclaimer on that, right? I wasn't just headhunting the positive news. I literally just couldn't find negative reviews on it. So again, if you did and you want to share them, go ahead and throw it down there and give a different perspective to what's going on with Ready Player One. Just in my research this morning, couldn't find it. All right, let's go ahead and take a look next at A Quiet Place. Now I'm going to be honest. This is the John Krasinski, Emily Blunt horror monster movie, right? Where they can't make any noise because then the monsters show up and, try and eat them or whatever they do. The first trailer did not wow me at all. I was like, ugh. In fact, every time I was at the movies getting ready to watch a movie and the first trailer came on, I was like, can we just, I had no interest about people having to use no language at all. That's, like an actual audible language for an entire movie. Like I have no, and then the second trailer dropped. And I was like, oh, they can talk. And there is like, there's a monster, right? They give me a little bit more idea of like, it's not like the twisted, bizarro version of The Shadow just running around killing people, right? There's like an actual monster in this film. So like the second trailer, I was like, oh, this is like a monster movie, like Wolfman or Frankenstein or something like that, like a monster movie. I was like, okay, this has my interest a little bit more. And then like the reviews started coming out for South by Southwest. Because you guys know I'm not a horror movie guy. Like I have no interest. Like, they're like, yeah, what's this movie about? It's about this guy that just goes around killing people. What? Why would I want to see that? What? Why? What is a slasher movie? I have no desire. None whatsoever. It makes no sense. But so horror movies, like, I'm just kind of like, meh, I'm out. Yeah. No thanks. But this was like, oh, it's like a monster movie. Like you know, like Jurassic Park's a monster movie. You could consider Jurassic Park a horror movie if you wanted to, like monsters chasing humans trying to eat them. That's a monster movie. So I was like, okay, this could be interesting. So I started looking up some of the tweets for Quiet Place. So let's take a look at those as well. And we got a familiar face popping back up on this one again with Alicia Malone. So we have Quiet Place. Holy moly, what a ride. I now suspect John Krasinski to be a cruel human because he absolutely tortures the audience, albeit in a wonderful, terrifying, and emotional way. I barely breathed throughout the whole film. Scott Mance, A Quiet Place, fantastic horror thriller, brilliantly directed by John Krasinski. Really clever and unique, terrifying, riveting, beyond intense. Great, edge of your seat fun. It's gonna be a hit. Emily Blunt is amazing. Silence is golden. A Quiet Place by Jason Bailey says A Quiet Place. Ruthlessly efficient and brutally effective stuff. Krasinski knows how to move his camera and how to build bomb under the table suspense. When in skeptical, an excellent surprise. So there you go. There are 3 quick Twitter reviews from South by Southwest on A Quiet Place. So if you're the type of person that likes horror movies, or you're curious to see what is able to come from a John Krasinski film as far as horror goes, it looks like things are looking pretty positive for that film as well. So something to get excited about for that as well if you're into the horror genre. So there you go. Ready Player One and A Quiet Place. Positive news coming out of South by Southwest for both of these films. Let's get excited. All right, let's go ahead and take a look at Black Panther real quick. We're just going to jump into some numbers here. And for how well is it doing, let's take a look here. So it's ranked 2nd right now in the Marvel Cinematic Universe for box office overall. As far as 3D films go, it is number 6. It's number 6 for IMAX feature length. All-time domestic, it is number 7. And let's see here. And opening weekends in the wintertime, looks like it is number 1 according to Box Office Mojo. So if you are interested in taking a look at this, I'm going to go ahead and copy and paste these numbers for Black Panther into the comment section here on Facebook Live. If you're watching this on the YouTube replay, I'll go ahead and throw this in the description box below. So you can just click on that, expand that, and it will be right there for you guys. So check that out. All right, let's go ahead and move now into the last bit here. And this is coming from the good folks over at Collider. So let's see who wrote this article real quick. And this is regarding Artemis Fowl. So Dave Trumbore over at Collider wrote up an article about Disney's Artemis Fowl officially starts production. And this has got me, just like A Wrinkle in Time, it's like this kid movie, this young adult, right? Because it's about a 12-year-old kid who's like a genius. And he's got to try and find his missing father or something to that effect from what I gleaned from this little synopsis here. So the synopsis in the article reads, descended from a long line of criminal masterminds, 12-year-old genius Artemis Fowl finds himself in a battle of strength and cunning against a powerful hidden race of fairies who may be behind his father's disappearance. And this is scheduled for release August 9th of 2019. So in general, the story sounds okay, right? I'm not overly excited about the story. I'm not overly excited about the fact that it started production or anything like that. What I am excited about is that it's Kenneth Branagh coming back to direct, because I am a Kenneth Branagh fan. Murder on the Orient Express wasn't like an incredibly like spectacular movie, but it was fun and entertaining, and I enjoyed Murder on the Orient Express. So if you haven't seen that, that is available now on. You should be able to stream that, so check that out. That's a good time. But I like Kenneth Branagh. I like the movies he's done. I like even when he was in Harry Potter. I liked his little cameo bit roles there as well. So I am excited to see what Kenneth Branagh can do for this Disney film about a kid criminal mastermind who has to fight fairies to save his father. So it sounds interesting. I haven't read the books. If you've read the books, go ahead and comment below and leave your thoughts about the book, as well as what you think about Kenneth Branagh's ability as a director and storyteller to deliver this story, because apparently it's coming from a couple different, it's a book series. So I went ahead and copied and pasted that Collider article into the show notes below, so you can go ahead and check that out as well. And that is pretty much going to wrap it up for us this morning. Let me just take a look at the board here and make sure we don't have anything else we need to cover. Nope, we'll just do a quick recap if we don't have any updates on the board. And then we will be good to go. So give me 1 second here. And refresh. And 1 second. Click, click, click. Nope, we're good to go. All right, perfect. So again, before I take off, again, thank you so much for watching today's Facebook live stream as well as this morning's brand new episode on YouTube. We'll be back next Monday. Next Monday is the season finale for season 2. So next Monday will be the last season 2 episode, and then we move into the new format in April. So stay tuned for that. Don't forget to click subscribe on the YouTube page so you don't miss out on all of the update content, everything else once it hits. Stay tuned later this week for the spoiler reviews to drop in the movie review playlist. I can talk, I promise. The movie review playlist for Gringo and A Wrinkle in Time. Again, those are spoiler-filled reviews. Thank you so much for following along on Twitter as well as the Stardust app for all the movie trailer reviews. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Don't forget to click subscribe on YouTube. Give us the thumbs up if you enjoyed any portion of this video, because again, the thumbs up helps people who like movie-related shows find this movie-related show on YouTube and Facebook Live. All right, everybody. I'm Jeremy Brunansky. This is Brunansky's Vlog, live on Facebook or YouTube replay. Thank you guys so much for joining me this morning for a brand new episode on YouTube as well as this Facebook live stream. I'm getting out of here. Got a couple more things to do before I can actually enjoy my Monday evening. Hope you guys have a great start to your Mondays. Hope you have a great week. We will see you next Monday morning, 10 a.m. PST on YouTube with a brand new episode of Brunansky's Vlog. All right, everybody, I'm out of here. Have a great week. See you next Monday. Bye-bye. Hi, everybody. I'm Jeremy Brunansky, and you've just finished watching a Facebook Live replay. Now, if you enjoyed that, you may also want to check out the weekly show playlist, as well as the movie news playlist, which covers just the news segments from every Monday's episode. Don't forget to give us a thumbs up and click that subscribe. We'll see you guys next Monday right here on YouTube for a brand new episode of Brunansky's Vlog at 10 a.m. PST. Have a great week. Take care.